I'm Elise Monnereau and I'm a postdoc at the University of the West Indies in Barbados. For the UNU, we focused on the adverse impacts of coastal erosion on housing on the island of Kosrae in the Federated States of Micronesia. It's a small island where the majority of people live in low-lying coastal areas, and which is an island that's just like other small island developing states, is particularly prone to rising sea level and the increase of extreme weather events. So the majority of the Kosraeans indicated that they've experienced coastal erosion and that this has impacted their household economy significantly. For example, by impacts on crops and farming, as well as damages to their housing. And the majority of the residents also indicated that they've actually tried or attempted to adapt by, for example, building seawalls, filling land elevation, but also elevating their houses, for example. So all these people individually tried to fight this war with the rising sea. At the same time, 90% indicated it didn't work. It wasn't enough, and they're still suffering from the consequences of sea level rise and increased weather events. If you want to build a seawall, you're going to have to do it with the material that's available at this particular place. So they've used the rocks from their ancient heritage site to build seawalls in their backyards. About half of this ancient site has actually already been used. This is an incredible loss of culture to a society that has very limited cultural heritage to start with. This is, one of the few remnants that they had left in the first place, of which now half has been destroyed. This study shows that adaptive capacity is limited, and they've tried to adapt and they've tried to fight a war they can't win. So that this leaves them with loss of livelihood, loss of culture, damages to their housing, damages to their properties, loss of land. And this is why I call loss and damage, the sort of what's left after they've adapted. They're only responsible, Pacific Islands, for 1% of the greenhouse gas emissions. They're the ones who suffer the consequences in the light, and this study shows these consequences.